It's Wednesday and we're talking about this wonderful verse in Philippians 4:6 where it says, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known unto God." We've been careful the last couple of days to talk about this word careful, which is the only time it's used here. What it's really saying is your thought process, your mind, your opinion. Don't let your thoughts get settled on any one thing in this earth, because it'll always pull you off from what God has for you. And it goes on to say, but in everything by prayer. I want to talk about that word prayer. There's 7 different kinds of prayer in the Bible, and we don't have time here to get into it. But this word prayer is a generic, meaning it's a simple prayer which is a fellowship and communication with God. We mentioned earlier in the year that real prayer is just talking to God. It's communicating with Him. And in this prayer, this word prayer in the Greek language where it was originally written, it also holds the connotation of worship. It's just talking to God and worshiping Him. Tell Him how great He is. You know, as you worship God and just communicate with Him, you get to know Him better. And as you get to know Him better, you find out not only who He is and who you are, but you learn more about what He's saying in this Word. Have you ever known that you heard someone say something and you look at it wondering, what did they mean by that? Now, if it's a spouse or a significant other or a close friend, you know exactly what they mean, because you've been with that person a long time and you know what they mean when they say something. But someone that you don't know so well, they say something, well, what do they mean? And that's why it's important that we spend time with the Lord. This kind of prayer is talking about that fellowship with Him. Just talking to Him throughout the day. Thank you, Lord. And just keeping Him on your mind, and you're keeping your spirit tuned into the Holy Spirit who's inside you already anyways. As we spend time with that kind of prayer and worship with God, then His Word becomes more alive and we know what He means when He says something. I've seen more people argue about the Bible, and it sounds to me as I listen to them, they don't know Him. Because I know Him, I know what He means when he says it. He means what He says, of course, but some people, well, He didn't mean that. He didn't mean, well, if He didn't mean it, why did He say it? You know, God is a God of His Word, and He does mean it. But when we get our mind off things of this world that try to pull us off, then let's start spending time with Him so we know what His will is. His will is always good for you. He always wants the best for you. And the more we know that, the more our faith can come alive, and the more we can act on what we know. You're going to have a great day today, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow.